Right then, Esther. Let me just find Esther in the Bible. We all know about Esther, don't we? Especially those in the discipleship course, because we did the Old Testament just a couple of weeks ago. So, as I was saying at the very start, we're looking at a series this January and February on looking at women in the Bible and discovering, great stories and great acts of God and acts of courage performed by these women. And so we get to the story of Esther we're looking at this morning. Strange enough, I've got a niece called Esther. Don't know many people called Esther, but I kept on thinking of her during this time. But so let me fill you in with the background to the book and story of Esther so we know where we're starting from. I'm doing a difficult job this morning because there's 10 chapters in this story. I'm trying to condense a 10-chapter story into just 15 minutes of preaching. It's difficult. It's even harder to do in 25 minutes, is what I'll try and do this morning. So, we're pretty sure when the story was set. The story starts in 482 BC, which is quite a precise time. The Jewish nation was in exile, so Judah and Israel at the top and Judah at the bottom had both collapsed. They'd both been taken away into exile east towards Iraq, what was called then Persia. And it's the story takes place, most theologians think, about 20 to 30 years before Ezra and Nehemiah started rebuilding Jerusalem, rebuilding the temple and the walls, and before the Israelite nation started to come back again to Israel. So that's the time setting. Quite a different book to most books in the Old Testament. It's written in a novel style. It takes you along, often spoken nearly all in the third person. Very little is spoken in the first person. The author definitely tells the story and lets you in to people's thoughts. On that point of the author, we have no idea who the author is. People think it was probably a Jew living in Susa, which is the city where the story is set, and probably written about 100 years after the events. Definitely not written current to the events, because you'll see from what he writes that if he'd written it currently, he'd have had his head chopped off by the king. It's probably about 100 years later. Esther was actually the last book to be accepted as part of the Old Testament scripture. So we look at the 39 books of the Old Testament, and Esther is the last one to be given what's called canonical acceptance, to be part of the books, the canon. Probably the reason for that is because it's quite unique. Esther, the book, never ever mentions God, never mentions prayer, never mentions faith. And because of this, the Jewish rabbis had a big problem with it. Is it a godly book? Is it a Jewish book? Is it a good book? And they spent a lot of time before they decided, we want Esther in. And it's kind of placed after, you get Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and it's placed there because it's at the end of the time chronology of the Old Testament. It's towards the end. So that's why it's placed there. So, that's the kind of background. Let me just get into the story, and we'll pick out a few points from the story that we can look at applying to our lives today. So the story starts with King Xerxes having a 6-month-long party. That's chapter 1. 6-month party. I'm going to ask you what really hard this morning.
Just for change.
As I waffle through the story, you can let people be reading it and listening to me at the same time, because with the intelligent bunch here we go. So we start with a 6-month-long party that the king says he wants to have this party for all his officials and princes and military leaders. Let's have a 6-month-long party. And actually, when you look outside the Bible and look into history, They reckon from the history books that this was the time that King Xerxes planned his war against Greece that took place from 482 BC to 479 BC. He had a 3-year-long war against Greece, and this was his military planning for the war, a 6-month party filled with alcohol. And at the end of this 6-month party filled with alcohol, he thought, what can I do to finish this off? And he thought, I know, let's have a bigger party and invite everybody in Susa to the party. And that's what he did. He said, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have the best wine now for the next 7 days. And bring out all the gold as well. And let's really celebrate and get really drunk. You won't be surprised to find out that from the history books, this 3-year war was a disaster. I would suggest any military leaders not to plan the wars based on alcohol and partying. The 3-year war was a disaster. But that's what he did. And in this last week of partying, he gets to the end of it, and he's pretty merry, and he says, hey, you guys, I'm paraphrasing this, right? I'm just going to paraphrase a lot because there's lots to say. He says to his mates, hey, you guys, you should see how gorgeous my wife is. My wife is gorgeous. In fact, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get her out, and I'm going to parade her so everybody can see just how gorgeous she is. So he calls for Queen Vashti to come and be paraded in front of this drunken lout of a bunch of people. And she goes, get stuffed. She goes, you want me to parade up like a prostitute? You can get stuffed. You know, well, that's a big risk, because you don't say get stuffed to the king. And the king thinks, hang on a minute, I'm the king. So what does he do to sort out his marital problem? His problem that he got with his wife who's not obeying him. I don't know what husbands do these days. I just say sorry. So he asked his advisors what he should do about his marital problems. And his advisors say this, well, you know, King, we can't have our wives not obeying us. If it gets out that your wife doesn't obey you, maybe all the wives in the country won't obey their husbands. That's not good. We need our wives to obey us. Send out a law, because you know that your laws can never be revoked. Send out a law that says Queen Vashti is no longer queen, and that every wife must obey their husbands. And the king goes, yeah, that seems good. Yeah, I'll do that. So he does it. So Queen Vashti is no longer queen. Then he thinks, a few days later, probably a few days later of not having sex, we'll see why that's important. He thinks, hang on a minute, I've not got a queen. So he says to some more of his advisors, I've not got a queen. What should I do? You can see the king's pretty thick. And the advisors say, well, I'll tell you what you should do. Get all the young virgins in the country, in your nation, in your 130 different areas of your nation, get all the young women that are virgins and good-looking, got to be good-looking virgins, you know, get them to come to the temple, come to the palace, and you can choose a new wife for yourself. And the king goes, yeah, that sounds good, quite fancy that. Yeah, do that. So they do that. They go nationwide over the whole lot of that area of Iraq and Iran, and then across Persia, 130 different parts of his nation, and they bring all the virgins that are good looking into the palace. And this is what happens to them. He said, okay, you might be the best looking people in the nation, but you're not good enough to see me, so we'll now spend a year making you even more good looking. And then I'm going to judge you whether you're fit to be my wife. Now, how does he judge whether they're fit? Can you put it in Esther 2 verse 14?
Yeah.
Esther 2 verse 14. How does the king judge whether these women are fit to be queen? Fit to be queen.
Drum roll.
Technology. Esther. Well, just tell them. I know what it says.
Tell us.
And you've all got your Bibles in front of you, haven't you? Here we go.
Maybe after dot 14.
One more.
One for drum roll.
All right. Here we go. So, this is what happens. What the virgin has to do after a year of making herself beautiful, having been picked from being the most beautiful in the land, in the evening she would go there, and in the morning be turned to another part of the harem. And she wouldn't return to the king unless he was pleased with her and summoned her by name. Now the author's been slightly poetic, just in case we don't quite grasp what's happening there. Let me just spell it out to you. Children, cover your ears, especially Bethany, she's only 15. What was happening there? The virgin would go and sexually please the king, and if she was good enough, the king might ask for her back. So there was two criteria of becoming queen. You had to be stunningly attractive and good in bed. Are you impressed with that woman? That made you feel really pleased about how the females were judged. That's how it was judged. And Esther was one of these virgins. And she went in and was judged good. So she was chosen. She was chosen to be queen. But doesn't it reveal the value of women at that time in history? There was, new laws made to make sure they were obedient to their husbands, and how they were judged was on their looks and how good they were in bed. I want to point something out here. It glosses over it completely, it doesn't even touch on it in the book of Esther. Esther was chosen. Hundreds weren't. What happened to these virgins that weren't chosen? Well, they weren't virgins. They weren't a queen. They were sex slaves. That's what they were. No power, no authority, no control, no decision, and then discarded. At that point in time, if they went back to their villages, who were they? They were nothing. They were spoiled goods. Not worthy anymore. Destroyed, lives destroyed. And I just want to touch, and I've touched on it in the notice sheet. How they're treated is appalling. It's appalling then, but it's appalling now. Do you know, the International Labour Organization produced figures in 2014, and they reckon there's 21 million people per year that are sold worldwide into slavery. Of that, 40% is sex slavery. That's 8.5 million people per year sold as sex slaves. Of that number, 2 million are children. 98% are female. I don't know how much you've got involved in that, and protesting and acting against that. I've just got a quote from Kolam, who's a sex trafficker, somebody who's been freed from the sex trade. She said this: "They forced me to sleep with as many as 50 customers a day. I had to give the pimp all my money. If I did not earn a set amount, they punished me by removing my clothes and beating me with a stick until I fainted. They electrocuted me and they cut me." That's the glamorous life of a sex slave. And there's about 8.5 million in the world. It happens in Britain as well. I think I put in did I put this? I think I put in the sheet that the increase in Britain in the last 5 years is 300% increase. Yeah, 300% increase in Britain in sex slaves in the past 5 years. I want to encourage you that, Christianity needs to be practical. We can't just sit in church and worship God and not care about what's happening in our society. And I want to encourage you, whatever your battle is, to get involved in battling, to get involved in fighting for the rights of people in our world so that they may be living the life that God wants them to live, abundant life, freedom, and care and love for. So, back to the story. So Esther's now queen. Right, is that the end of the story? No, it's not. Esther's now queen. And as we heard from our reading, she has an uncle, Mordecai, who's the ward, who's in charge of her really, like a father. And he also works for the king. But the king also has an advisor, a guy called Haman. Now, the author of the story writes it very deliberately. He writes the story to make the king look an absolute idiot. Successfully. Maybe it wasn't all that hard. He makes Haman appear to be absolute evil. And he makes Mordecai and Esther appear to be absolutely wonderful. I'm sure there's probably shades of grey around the edges there. So, Haman is a really powerful guy, a really vain guy, and a real person who seeks power. And he's high up in the king's government. So high up that when he walks places, people have to kneel before him. And he really enjoys that. Now Mordecai bumps into him quite a bit, because Mordecai also works for the king. But Mordecai won't kneel before him. And this really bugs Haman. And he murmurs to his wife, and as I said, I'm paraphrasing because I've not got time to go through it all in detail. He mumbles to his wife and his family, and they plot a plan to get rid of Haman. To get rid of Mordecai. But Haman is a real nasty character. And he thinks, no, I don't want to just get rid of Mordecai. Haman finds out that Mordecai is Jewish. Now he doesn't know that Esther's Jewish, otherwise he wouldn't have done this. But he finds out that Mordecai is Jewish, and he says, tell you what we do. I'm not just going to kill Haman. I want to kill all the Jewish nation. Because he's Jewish, so let's get rid of all the Jews. A bit extreme you would think, but hey, Hitler tried it. So he says, yeah, I'm going to do that. And he goes to the king, once again, the king, a bit stupid. He goes to the king, and he says to the king, King, there's a bunch of people living in your land, and they're nasty people. And I think you need to kill them all. By the way, it will cost lots of money to do it. And the king says, yeah, okay then, on you go, here's the money. Doesn't ask who they are. Doesn't ask what they've done. The king just goes, yeah, okay, and signs the order. So he signs a new law that says on this particular day, in the 12th month, a few months away, to give Haman time to get it all sorted, this particular day, we're going to wipe out this people, the people that Haman want to get rid of. And the decree goes out across the nations, across the lands. And Mordecai, obviously, and Esther find out about it. That on this day, all the Jewish nation are going to be killed. King's decree. Mordecai thinks, oh, we've got a bit of trouble here. So he goes to Esther. And he goes to Esther and he says, Esther, you've got to do something. You've got to do something. You have to speak to the king. And Esther says, paraphrasing, are you crazy? Speak to the king. If I approach the king without being asked, well, the punishment's death. If I walk up to the king and say, hey, king, can I speak to you? The king says, no, guards, kill him. That's how it works. And Mordecai says a very important line. It's chapter 4, verse 14. What's the chance to get chapter 4, verse 14? You just change that from a 2 to a 4. Chapter 4, verse 14.
It's not in yet.
It's not up. Don't worry about it. I can read it from the Bible. It's not anything else. It's great technology. It's called paper.
It's on page 504.
Pardon?
Page 504.
Page 504. Chapter 4, verse 14. Mordecai says this to Esther. This is really at the middle of the whole story. He says, but if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But you and your father's family will be destroyed. And who knows but that you have come to royal position for such a time as this. So Mordecai said to Esther, Esther, listen down. This is why you're here. This isn't luck. This is providence. You know God's not mentioned here. This is God's timing, God's positioning, God's control. You've been put here for such a time as this. Esther says, I'd imagine with a big gulp, she thinks about it, and she then says, okay, I'll go and speak to the king. And if I die, I die. So she didn't go there with thinking it's all going to be fine. She doesn't go there thinking it'll be a breeze, the king fancies me. She goes there saying, I've got to do it. I've got to do what is right. I've got to do what's ordained for me to do. I've got to do what looks the best thing for others. And if I die, I die. Tell you what, imagine she went with like heavy shoulders. And this is a really vital part of the story. Because Esther's conclusion was, I need to put the needs of others before what was best for me. The king chose Esther because she was good looking and good in bed. That's not why God chose her. God chose her for other reasons. God chose her to be his instrument in this situation. Because she had the backbone, she had the faith, she had the guts, determination to say, listen, I'm going to do something, not because it suits me, not because it's comfortable for me, not because I want to do it. I'm absolutely terrified that I'll probably die. No doubt she had seen many, many people die, get executed for coming before the king without authority. And she says, I'm going to do it because it's what's right to be done. Listen, the kind of question that stems from that for us is very obvious, isn't it? How willing are you to get out of your comfort zone? How willing are you to put others before yourselves? What are we willing to do for God, for his kingdom, for what is right, for his values, to achieve his kingdom purposes? Esther put her life on the line. Quietly, I just want you to think for 10, 20 seconds, the last time you risked anything for God. Shut your eyes and try and see, even if it's just ridicule, the last time you risked anything for God. You can carry on doing that after the service. It might take longer than that for some people. Back to the story. And we'll condense the next 7 chapters into 3 minutes. So, she doesn't die. A shorter book if she did. She goes to the king and says to the king, King, can I speak to you? And the king goes, yeah, okay. So what do you want? And she goes, using her brain, planning, I want to invite you to a banquet. By the way, there's about 9 banquets in Esther. They like the food. And she said, okay. Yeah. I said, you and Haman come to a banquet at my house tomorrow. Okay, fine. So she puts on a lovely banquet, and the king and Haman come to the banquet. And the king goes in the banquet, okay, Esther, I'm here. You've fed us. We're having great fun. What do you want? I've invited you to this banquet in order to invite you to another banquet tomorrow. So can you come tomorrow for another banquet, please? The king goes, yeah, okay, yeah. So they go back the next day for another banquet, and in that banquet the king goes, okay, Esther, with the 2 banquets now, what do you want? And she goes, well, actually, you know, there's somebody in your midst that wants to wipe out me and all my people. King goes, what? Who is it? He says, well, and he storms off, and, flustered and, calling for people. And Haman realises it's him, obviously. And Haman thinks, oh, I'm in trouble here. I never realised that Esther was a Jew. Bad mistake. And he goes to Esther and starts pawing on her like, please, Esther, help me here. And the king walks back in again and goes, what? What? I found out it was you, and now you're having a go at my wife. And he goes, no, I wasn't. And basically, Haman, in his proudness and vanity, had built a massive big gallows to hang Mordecai on. And the king goes, see that gallows that you built? Yeah, hang yourself on it. Well, it doesn't say that, because it's hard to do, isn't it? Haman gets hanged on the gallows. And Mordecai, because it turned out, I mentioned this before, that he actually saved the king's life earlier on, but got no recognition. And the king finds out about it and raises him up. And Mordecai becomes 2IC, second in charge, a bit like Joseph with Pharaoh. There's a lot of similarity if you look at the two stories. He becomes second in charge of the whole nation, king's right-hand man. But we haven't solved the problem yet, because, okay, Haman's dead, Mordecai is in charge of everything, Queen Esther is still queen, but that date's still in the diary, because the king's laws can't be changed. So Mordecai says to the king, can you do something about this? He said, what do you want? He said, well, can you resolve this issue? And the king said, tell you what I can do. I'll allow you on that day, all the Jews, to rise up and kill anybody else who comes to attack you. In fact, you can kill all your enemies on that day, and you'll do it with the king's authority. So nobody will interfere. It's okay, yeah. It's really bizarre, that, isn't it? So on this day, it's the 14th day of the 12th month in the Jewish calendar, that happens. And the Jews rise up and they wipe out all their enemies. They kill the 10 sons of Haman. Haman and all his family were involved in this. And the Jews are restored and given preeminence in the king's favour. It's a massive day in Jewish history. And from that day on, they celebrate it every year. It's called Purim. And they celebrate it every year, this day of rescue. A little bit like the Passover day of rescue. This is called Purim. And it's when the Jewish nation was going to be wiped out. But because of Esther and Mordecai, they were vindicated. And that's really the story. It's a story about a good woman who put others before herself. But the story doesn't carry on with Esther fantastic for the next 50 years. I mean, she was a young girl there, mid-teens probably at that point in time. We find out from history that 20 years later, when the king died, Queen Vashti is back around. It's Queen Vashti's son, who was born right in the middle of this story, just before she was deposed. Just afterwards she was deposed. It's Queen Vashti's son that becomes the next king. It's not any of Esther's children. We don't know anything about the rest of Esther's life. We don't know if she had any children, any royalty. What we do know is that Queen Vashti's son becomes king. But that's not important to the story, is it? What's important is that at the time, at the right time, Esther stood up and was counted. She was God's woman and saved the Jewish nation. The storyteller's not interested in the Persian, Persian government, the Persian, succession. We're interested in what happens when people do the right thing before God. And that's the story. The king obviously comes out of this terribly. A man of position and power, but with no moral authority, no common sense, no respect for women, no value for life. You see, it's not position or title that makes you honourable. It's a heart attitude. And Esther had a heart attitude. I want to encourage you this morning to search your own hearts and see whether you have that heart attitude. I'm going to ask Liz now to